Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Khoobsurat Rishte. I'm very happy to be back again today because the last show, people loved it and I got a very, very positive response. तो इसलिए मैं continue कर रही हूँ अपनी topic के साथ. But last time मैंने अपने session को divide किया था into 3 parts. एक part था before marriage, second part था after marriage, and third था discussions with experts and spiritual leaders or counselors. Slowly we are developing our sessions. तो मैंने last time ये भी share किया था the 6-point formula for making your marriages happen or making them successful. And alhamdulillah, I got a very positive feedback on that too. अगर आपने वो मेरा last show नहीं देखा, make sure you go to my last show so that you get a continuation to this show. And inshallah, if you watch every show of mine, you will really benefit. Your children will benefit from this show, and inshallah, Allah will make more and more marriages successful in our families, in this Muslim ummah. So to start with, मैंने last time also एक और discussion किया था about the plateau phase. Plateau phase वो था जहाँ पे एक आपको अच्छा सा बच्चा या बच्ची अपनी चिल्ड्रन के लिए मिल जाती है. You are decided कि you are going to go ahead with this marriage. आपने मंगनी किया या तो क्या बोलते हैं रिश्ता पक्का किया, जो हमारी कम्युनिटी में बोला जाता है रिश्ता पक्का हो गया, और फिर अब आप रुके हैं कि निकाह करना है. Now during this phase a lot of things happen, और मैंने इस पे फोकस करके लास्ट टाइम बताया था कि क्या इश्यूज आ सकते हैं when this plateau phase is happening. और मैंने ये भी एडवाइस किया था आप सबको कि प्लीज डू नॉट प्रोलॉन्ग द मैरिजेस. ये जब आप एक टाइम आप रिश्ता पक्का करते हो और वो निकाह के लिए ज्यादा गैप नहीं देना, बिकॉज आप बच्चे एक दूसरे में फॉल्ट्स ढूंढते हैं, फैमिलीज एक दूसरे में फॉल्ट्स ढूंढते हैं, एंड दिस डज नॉट मेक योर मैरिजेस सक्सेसफुल. तो लेट मी कंटिन्यू विद दिस पार्ट ऑफ इट कि अगर आपने देखा है कि हमारी शादियों में इट्स नॉट ओनली द कैंडिडेट्स दैट गेट मैरिड. इट्स नॉट कि बच्चे ने शादी कर लिया, नहीं. हमारे मुसलमान कम्युनिटी में ये होता है कि फैमिलीज की शादियां होती है, विच मीन्स पेरेंट्स आर इन्वॉल्व, सिबलिंग्स आर इन्वॉल्व, फैमिली मेंबर्स आर इन्वॉल्व, एक्सटेंडेड फैमिली मेंबर्स आर इन्वॉल्व. आई नो वन फैमिली विच अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह the mother had 6 brothers and sisters who were completely involved in this boy's marriage or this girl's marriage. So we have extended family members also contributing to the marriage. But then again, I would say the main individual makes the decision. That is what is important. Then it comes to the core family. Core family वो होती है जैसे माँ बाप हो गए और भाई बहन हो गए उस बच्चे या बच्ची के. So this is called as the core family members. और थर्ड लेवल होता है कि रिश्तेदार एंड एक्सटेंडेड फैमिलीज, और फिर उसके बाद होता है फ्रेंड्स. अब ये फ्रेंड्स का जो सर्कल होता है इट्स मोर रिलेटेड टू शोइंग ऑफ, ईगो, गेटिंग एडवाइस, काउंसलिंग, ये फ्रेंड्स के सर्कल में आता है. बट द मेन पीपल आर द वंस हु मेक द डिसीजन. मैं अब आपके साथ में ये शेयर करना चाहती हूँ कि हमारे पेरेंट्स हैं वो बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करते हैं अपने बच्चों की शादी में. नाउ पेरेंटल रोल इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, और जमाना चेंज हो रहा है. देयर इज शिफ्ट हैपनिंग फ्रॉम पेरेंट्स टू चिल्ड्रन मेकिंग देयर ओन डिसीजंस, और उसके बीच में आके बैठ जाती है लव मैरिजेस. आर दोज मैरिजेस व्हिच इज अ ग्रे एरिया. सो वी टॉकिंग अबाउट व्हाइट एरिया, ब्लैक एरिया एंड अ ग्रे एरिया. ग्रे एरिया वो होता है जहां पे बच्चे अपने चॉइस की लड़का या लड़की लाके अपने सामने रखते हैं और बोलते हैं कि मेरे को इससे शादी करनी है. नाउ देयर पेरेंट्स डोंट हैव मच टू से, एंड द रीजन इज बिकॉज ये बच्चे अपनी डिसीजन कर चुके हैं. दे हैव मेड देयर डिसीजंस एंड दे कम टू यू एंड से कि मेरे को इस लड़के से या इस लड़की से शादी करनी है. और उस वक्त मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम पेरेंट्स मजबूर हो जाते हैं और अपनी औलाद की शादी कर देते हैं या निकाह कर पढ़ा लेते हैं. Now, it is up to the candidates जो बच्चे शादी करते हैं to make their शादी successful. But हमारी community में ये बहुत कम होता है. Most of us go back to the parents and parents make the decision. Now, आज मेरा complete focus इस platform पे आज है on the parents. तो मैंने जैसा लास्ट टाइम एक 6 पॉइंट फॉर्मूला शेयर किया था, आज मैं आपके साथ में एक 7 पॉइंट फॉर्मूला शेयर कर रही हूं, और ये 7 पॉइंट फॉर्मूला इज गोइंग टू मेक अ बिग डिफरेंस टू द पेरेंट्स हु आर गोइंग टू गेट देयर चिल्ड्रन मैरिड. तो अगर आपके पास पेन और पेपर नहीं है, please make sure you have a pen and paper with you and you take down the points that I'm discussing today. तो फर्स्ट पॉइंट ये है कि जब आप मंगनी करते हो या आपको कोई बच्ची पसंद आती है, get these people married as soon as possible. Do not give a waiting period, and this is also encouraged in Islam. इस्लाम में कोई पीरियड नहीं होता which is called as a मंगनी period. So please parents understand, get your children married as soon as possible. Now, if you keep this period longer, there will be always intervention from the shaitan. The shaitan will start playing his own role and making mistakes. The couple will start making mistakes in their communication with each other. They will also look for opportunities for being together physically. Because क्या होता है कि जब इंसान ये दुनिया में होता है तो उसके लिए फिजिकल लुक्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो रहे हैं, और ये कम्युनिटी जो है मटीरियलिस्टिक हो रही है. तो इन दिस इट इज फिजिकल अट्रैक्शन प्लेज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल. तो वेरी नेचुरली ये बच्चे फिजिकल अट्रैक्शन के टुवर्ड्स देख रहे हैं, तो दे विल ट्राई टू गेट टुगेदर फिजिकली. सो टू टेक केयर ऑफ दिस फिजिकल अट्रैक्शन, इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि पेरेंट्स जल्दी से जल्दी इन बच्चों की शादी कर दें या निकाह कर दें. नाउ मेनी अ टाइम्स, अब मैं इस पे एक क्वेश्चन लेकर आऊंगी. अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल आस्क मी दिस क्वेश्चंस कि फॉर एग्जांपल मेरी बच्ची अभी एक स्टूडेंट है, हमने उसका निकाह पढ़ा दिया, कैन दे स्टे टुगेदर? नाउ जनरली पेरेंट्स का ये इंप्रेशन है कि अगर बच्चों के निकाह पढ़ा दिए तो them staying together with their spouses will distract them from their education. तो उनका education incomplete रह जाएगा. But this is not really true. I have seen so many families जहां पे बच्चे are getting married as students because यहाँ पे the education period is so much longer. जैसा कि for example अगर कोई बच्चा या बच्ची डॉक्टर बन रही है तो उनको बनते बनते 26-27 की हो जाती है, फिर उनकी रेजिडेंसी या सर्जन बन रहा है तो 28-29 के बच जाते हैं. So इस वक्त they have a physical need, they have a financial and emotional need. तो of course एक टाइम इन बच्चों का निकाह हो जाता है, they are Islamically allowed to spend time together. So parents, my request to you is, please do not stop these children from being together. Alhamdulillah, you can, the parents, the boy's side can take, the girl can stay over there, or the girl's side can host the young couple together, but make sure that they spend more and more time together after their nikah, so they can take care of their physical, emotional, and financial needs together. So again, parents, the first thing is, remember, it's very important that you get them married earlier. And if you get them married earlier, make sure they stay together ताकि they can take care of their physical, emotional, and financial needs. Now, let me come to formula number 2. And alhamdulillah, believe me, this is a very important formula for all parents. And कई बार life के, भागम दौड़ में parents ये भूल जाते हैं कि इनके बच्चों को एक role model की बहुत जरूरत होती है. Now, role model क्या होता है? मैं models की नहीं बात कर रही हूँ, movies या other things. I'm talking about parents being a good role model for the children who are getting married. और ये बच्चे क्या होता है कि बचपन से अपने माँ बाप को देख रहे हैं. They are watching their parents over a period of time. Now, if the parents are not good role models and show love in front of their children, believe me, these children will never believe in romance. And believe me, ये बहुत important है because बच्चे happiness अपने माँ बाप के साथ relate करते हैं. And this relationship between the children and their parents reflect right from the time that they're very young. तो बच्चे देखते हैं कि हमारे पेरेंट्स मिलके खाना खा रहे हैं या पेरेंट्स अपना खाना शेयर कर रहे हैं एक दूसरे के साथ. Alhamdulillah, they talk romantically, they touch each other romantically. It is also said कि माँ बाप को दिन भर एक दूसरे के साथ में इमोशनली एंड फिजिकली कनेक्ट होना चाहिए. और ये बच्चे देखना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है बिकॉज दे रियलाइज कि हमारे पेरेंट्स हमारे रोल मॉडल्स है. वो एक हैप्पीनेस शेयर कर रहे हैं, और आगे जाके जब हम भी पेरेंट्स होंगे तो हम भी इतने ब्यूटीफुल अच्छे पेरेंट्स बनेंगे कि हम अपने बच्चों को सपोर्ट करेंगे इमोशनली, फाइनेंशियली. सो पेरेंट्स, it's very important that you are good role models. I would also like to tell you as parents that there is nothing wrong in showing affection in front of your children. हमारे सामने तो ये होता है कि हम कई फैमिलीज में देखते हैं कि पेरेंट्स एक दूसरे से बात भी नहीं करते ढंग से. What do I mean by this is, many a times parents don't even discuss issues with each other in front of their children. ना अगर ये बच्चे नहीं देखते कि इनके पेरेंट्स एक दूसरे के साथ में प्यार से बात कर रहे हैं, या प्यार से निकल के बाहर रेस्टोरेंट में खाना खाने जा रहे हैं, या ये बच्चे नहीं देखते कि कुछ खुशियों के लम्हे पेरेंट्स साथ में गुजार रहे हैं, they are putting it in their mind कि happiness and marriage is not related. So parents, understand, connect happiness to your marriages so that you are good role models for your children. और भी तरीके हैं अपना प्यार दिखाने के अपने स्पाउस के तरफ, जैसा कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यू नो, व्हेन द पेरेंट्स वन इज नॉट फीलिंग वेल, द अदर टेक्स केयर ऑफ द पर्सन. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर मैं बीमार हूं, देन माई स्पाउस टेक्स केयर ऑफ मी, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. एंड ट्रस्ट मी, मैं आपको बता रही हूँ, ही फिक्सेस माई अपॉइंटमेंट्स और मेक श्योर आई गो फॉर ऑल माई हेल्थ चेकअप्स. नाउ दीज चिल्ड्रन आर वॉचिंग, और ये समझते हैं कि ये पेरेंट्स एक दूसरे के साथ कनेक्ट हो रहे हैं, देयर यू नो शेयरिंग देयर हैप्पीनेस टुगेदर, एंड वी आर देयर बाय प्रोडक्ट्स ऑफ देयर लव एंड देयर रोमांस. सो दे कनेक्ट मैरिज टू हैप्पीनेस. सो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, माय डियर ब्रदर एंड सिस्टर्स, इफ यू आर नॉट शोइंग योर लव इन फ्रंट ऑफ योर चिल्ड्रन for your spouse, please start doing it. This is the success of formula number 2, the point number 2 of my formula 7. Now, you should also dress well for your spouse. You should smell good for your spouse, and make sure you are making your children see these acts of day-to-day activities ताकि they absorb it and mentally store it in their brains, because हमारा दिमाग is a storage house, and वो storage house has got different departments, and memories are very important part of this storage house. So my dear brothers and sisters, if you're not showing love in front of your children, you are not being the right role models for your children. So inshallah, I will continue with my third point in my next session. Let us take a very small break and we will be back. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to my show, Khoobsurat Rishte. So let us continue. जो हम बात कर रहे थे about point number 2, we are moving now to point number 3. There is something called as a mangani break. ये 90% केसेस में देखा गया है कि ये जो मंगनी से लेके निकाह होने तक जो रिश्ते टूट जाते हैं, 90% of the fault is gone to parents, and this affects the children so badly. और ये मंगनी ब्रेक किस रीजन से होती है? It could be cultural, it could be financial, it could be just ego between the parents. Parents will start bringing out upbringing issues. Parents will start bringing out all different type of conditions that ये मंगनी नहीं हो सकती, या ये शादी कंटिन्यू नहीं हो सकती because 1 2 3 4 reasons, and they will find all reasons, and the मंगनी breaks of the children. Now लोग ये नहीं समझते कि अगर ये मंगनी टूट जाती है तो बच्चे are very emotionally affected. तो ये बच्चों को टू रीबाउंस बैक इनटू द मैरिज मार्केट टेक्स अ ईयर और 2. मैं आपके साथ में एक शेयर करना चाहती हूँ. आई नो अ कपल जिन्होंने मेरे साथ अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मैट्रिमोनियल इनकी फिक्स हो गई थी, रिश्ता कंफर्म हो गया था, शादी के लिए डेट भी सेट हो गई थी 6 महीने के बाद, लेकिन फॉर सम रीजन इट गॉट एक्सटेंडेड बाय अनदर 1 year, एंड ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम दे फाउंड फॉल्ट्स इन ईच अदर, दे फाउंड फॉल्ट्स इन द फैमिलीज. बट बच्चे इतने इमोशनली डिस्टर्ब हो चुके थे कि दे डिड नॉट वांट टू मैरी अगेन. एंड बिलीव मी, 2 years now, I have kept in touch with these candidates and they have not settled. Now, who is to blame? The parents. Because parents have not made their children understand that it is very important कि आप nikah as soon as possible कर लो. Now, moving on with this point, I would like to that mangni break nahi hona chahiye, and the reason could be you should not let the children have a long period where they will just sit and think ke ye banda mere liye sahi hai ya galat hai. Now parents need to make sure that they are putting the children not in depression, not making them sick and not want to come back and get married again, because they want to satisfy their egos, and this affects the candidates very negatively. One more point that parents emphasize on every time, and parents, believe me, this is your fault. We are being hypocrites. Parents are being hypocrites. What they do is they emphasize on caste. What is caste? Jat, Pathan, or Siddiqui, or Arayan? Ye sab kya hai? This does not exist in Islam. Why are we bringing cultural influences of India into our religious influences? This is culture we are talking about, and this is religion that we are talking about. Please, jo parents aaj mera session sun rahe ho, there is nothing called caste in Islam. So please remember, do not lose a very nice boy or a girl for your child just because you want somebody from the same caste. And again, I would like to say, please do not, being in Canada, again emphasize on language. For example, hum to Punjabi hai, we are only looking for a Punjabi family. हम तो मरवाड़ी है, we are only looking for Marwadi family. और हम लोग तो सिर्फ Memons है. And I asked this lady, do your daughter speak Memoni? She said no. I asked this mother, does your son speak Marwadi? She said no. तो फिर हम क्यों ढूंढ रहे हैं इन बच्चों के लिए मरवाड़ी पंजाबी? Let us emphasize on good deen and good character. Let us make these children meet each other, and inshallah, Allah will make it easy for these children. So we now come to our next point, that is, do not lie about your children. I've seen a lot of parents who lie and tell things about their children which are not true just to get them married. So please, parents, do not lie about your children. Next point, write it down. Never ever force your children to get married. I've seen a lot of parents who registered on a website, but the children are not on the same platform. What I mean to say is, आप लोग दोनों agree करना कि it is time she got married, and when you decide this point, do not force. और अगर आपका बच्चा ये बात बोलता है आपको कि, you know, mom, I'm not ready for marriage, sit down, have a talk with your child, and find out why this child is not ready for marriage. Maybe the career pressures are so much, and you do counseling out here, or get them a professional counselor. कि marriage takes a priority over career because your body clock is ticking. एक औरत का body clock tick होता है, जबकि she can only have children in a particular age group. Of course, alhamdulillah, there are a lot of mothers I've seen in 40s and 50s also, they have had children. But science tells us that the body clock that a woman needs to take care of. So it is you as a parent that do not force your children to get married. Now समझो कि आपके बच्चों की शादी हो गई. Do not force your children to live with you. Because ये भी हमारी community में बहुत होता है कि ओ मेरा बच्चा जो अभी marry कर रहा है, he or she will live with me. No. Brothers and sisters, remember your own time. You wanted to have your own home. Let this young people make their own home, make their own nest, and have their own families. Inshallah, they will connect with you, but do not force them if they are already married to live with you. Especially if it is two sons and their siblings, they should not be living in the same house where the wife of one of the boys is living. So remember this point, never force your children to live with you once they are married. So you need to have this discussion with your children. Next point to remember, it is very important that the parents are in a proper mental state and in a proper communication state. Now, what do I mean by this mental state and communication state? Because बच्चे mentally get connected to their parents. Now, say for example, अगर एक mother is going through depression, she's very negative. She doesn't want her daughter to get married or her son to get married. Do you think she will make a successful person to be your contact in the rishta? She will not be the right person, because she will go ahead and, not that as a mother will speak negative about you, but she would not be making the right impression. Secondly, ये होता है communication. There are a lot of parents who lack the communication skills, and they come back to me and they say, Sister Yasmin, you know what? जिन parents से मैं बात कर रही हूँ, वो है यहाँ के Canadians born and brought up, and there are a lot of families यहाँ पे जो last 30 or 40 years से settled है, and they are looking for children who are born and brought up over here. Now, it is very difficult for a mother who's just come a few years back and she's a new immigrant and she doesn't have the communication skills to make this rishta happen. So a lot of rishtas do not get across because the parents are not in the right state to communicate. And of course, parents, you need to learn certain communication skills. So if you've not watched my video, which is on communication skills on YouTube, please make sure there is a very special video that I have got on parents building their communication skills. So please have a chat with your child, build the communication skills, and we'll take it from there. Now, there are two levels of communication, parent to parent, child or candidate to parent. Now, समझो कि आप जब रिश्ता देख रहे हो, तो जब पेरेंट और पेरेंट के बीच में बात होती है, तो फाइन, थिंग्स आर फाइन. बट जब कैंडिडेट अपने आप को रजिस्टर करता है, तो पेरेंट और कैंडिडेट के बीच में बात हो रही है, and there could be a generation gap happening. So please make sure that this generation gap does not happen and you let your children participate in the marriage process with you. So it's very important that you keep in mind if a candidate realizes कि नहीं, the marriage is not happening because of my parents' mental state, or the marriage is not happening because of my communication, my parents cannot communicate with other families, then I think they need to have a discussion. And parents, if you find that you are not in a position to discuss marriage due to whatever the reason, you can always step back and let the candidate take the lead. इसमें कोई harm नहीं है, इसमें कोई problem नहीं है, because हम उस generation में आ गए या उस time पे आ गए जहाँ पे children or our children who are getting married are very responsible individuals. They're holding very good jobs. They're very responsible people. So give them the responsibility to go ahead and discuss certain issues with their spouses. So parents, please take a very, very mature stand and step back and let the children handle the process if you are not in the right mental or a right state of communication. So parents, this is the next point that you should remember. Another point that I really want to put down is, parent, it is very important कि siblings are not rivals. कई बार होता है कि दो बच्चे होते हैं, boys, और उन दोनों के बीच में बहुत competition होता है. Now, parents, आपका role होता है कि आप एक बच्चे को favor ना करें. Because जब आप एक बच्चे को दूसरे बच्चे के सामने favor करते हो, तो there is a mental build up in their mind. वो एक दूसरे से conflict या झगड़े करना शुरू कर लेते हैं. There is a conflict happening continuously between the children. Now, ये बच्चे जो प्यार के environment में पलना चाहिए, not without competition between siblings, they are now coming up and they are forming a hate environment. This can happen between two sisters. This can happen between brother and a sister. Simple sentence. माँ बाप कभी-कभी इस तरह के comments पास करते हैं. Do not make comments that will affect your children negatively. जैसा कि बेटा, मेरे बुढ़ापे में तो मेरे को मेरा ये बेटा संभालेगा. Now, what is the mistake of, तो ये बड़ा बेटा मेरा favorite है. आप मेरे favorite नहीं हो because मेरा बड़ा बेटा मेरे को बुढ़ापे में संभालेगा. Now, you are building indirectly an impression or an influence in the other child, and he starts hating because he is looking for your attention. और जब आप सारा attention एक बच्चे पे focus कर रहे हो, दूसरा वाला feels very deprived of this attention from you, the love and attention that this child needs from you. So parents, again, I would say, don't make this mistake. Do not be at fault to make this mistake and make it difficult for your children. Sometimes आप realize भी नहीं करते हो कि आप ये गलती कर रहे हो. And you are doing this in such an indirect form that for example खाते वक्त अच्छा खाना निकाल के अपने एक बच्चे के लिए रख लेते हो, या छोटे छोटे इवेंट्स जो फैमिलीज में होते हैं उसमें आप प्रेफरेंस दिखाते हो एक दूसरे बच्चे की तरफ, and this way you are separating your own children, you are judging your own children, and in such situations please do not judge your children. Now, before I go to the next level of discussion, I would like to bring my consultant who deals with these issues every day. Every day she deals with issues, and she will tell you what are the issues that generally she faces, कि उनको क्या तकलीफ होती है जब parents wrong decision करते हैं. So I would like to take my consultant who has been handling and been with my organization Muslim Matrimonial for many years, and she has helped many families to settle. Now, she will tell you what are the issues that she has faced with parents.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Sister Yasmeena bol rahi hu.
Okay, Yasmeena, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, sister. I'm right now on Awaz Entertainment, and we are on our episode of Khoobsurat Rishte. And we would love to welcome you, Sister Sitwat, because you are our event manager for Muslim Matrimonial. But you have been our consultant for many years.
Yes.
Now, today has been a day where we are focusing on parents क्या गलतियां करते हैं जब वो अपने बच्चों के लिए रिश्ते ढूंढ रहे हैं. तो sister, can you share with us some things or some issues that you have faced?
Yeah, there are certain issues that are of top priority for us, which should be resolved. Otherwise, kids won't be settling down very soon. So I think first and the foremost, I would say that parents and kids are not on the same page. Like parents think differently and the kids go the other way. So one of the reasons could be this thing which we see and we observe. Secondly, I would say that...
Sitwat, sorry sister, I'll just stop you here. You mean to say on the same page, matlab ke, are you talking about the qualities that they are looking in the spouse?
Yeah, definitely. मतलब अगर मान लीजिए अगर बच्चा किसी और एक उसके दिमाग में जो माइंड है ना कि इमेज है कि हम इस तरह का स्पाउस चाहते हैं, and the parents are thinking the other way around. Like for instance, usually I have seen that every mother is looking for a pretty girl, whereas boys usually are running for intellect. That is what I was, going through so many profiles and feeling that way. So whenever they bring some beautiful girl to him, he says no, because he's looking for something else. So kids here, I think it can be considered as a general problem that kids over here not much bothered about the looks. They are bothered about the compatibility, which can take the relationship a long way.
Okay.
So this way, they are not on the same page.
तो आप ये बता रहे हो कि actually parents are looking for beautiful girls, and वो जब beautiful girls देखते हैं तो अपने बेटे के सामने बोलते हैं कि ये आपके लिए सही है, और बेटे आके बोलते हैं कि it is not the beautiful girl that I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody who's more compatible with me. I'm not focused on looks. Okay.
Definitely. And intellectually sound हो, like professionally sound हो, intellect हो, उसके अंदर बात करे तो like content हो, ये ना हो कि बस she's just a piece of beauty. Okay, so ये मैंने काफी लोगों में observe किया है.
So basically,
और
yeah.
ये बहुत है parents, और वो जो parents है वो barrier बने हुए हैं kids की growth. तो मैं कहूँगी कि वो तो उनकी अपनी personal चीज है, लेकिन शादी में for sure.
Yeah.
Parents की और siblings are also playing especially sisters, they are playing a vital role in not to get them settled.
Okay. तो आप ये बता रहे हो कि जो लड़का है अगर वो किसी को पसंद भी करता है तो it is generally the mother and the sister who reject the proposal. Am I correct?
Definitely. They are playing very active role. ये जबकि यास्मीना के थ्रू से एक बहुत ही अच्छा एक प्लेटफॉर्म है जहाँ पर हम फैमिली लेकर साथ चलते हैं. It's not kind of a like dating website, something like that. यहाँ सिर्फ किड्स इन्वॉल्व होते हैं. उसके बावजूद इस प्लेटफॉर्म का सही यूज नहीं कर पा रहे पेरेंट्स. उनको इतनी अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली हुई है अपने बच्चों को सेटल करने के लिए, बट दे आर नॉट यूजिंग इट टू इट्स फुलेस्ट, आई वुड से.
Okay. So, Alhamdulillah, Sister Sitwat, is there any other point that you would like to put forward?
Yeah, one thing more. It is about the relocation.
Okay.
It's a very, difficult thing कि girls जो होती हैं वो highly placed हैं, they are so qualified on our platform, boys too. But usually ये होता है कि किसी को एक relocation का मसला हो जाता है. इसकी वजह से वो सेटल नहीं करते. दोनों चाहते हैं कि हम रिलोकेट नहीं करेंगे, हम नहीं करेंगे. जब दोनों रिलोकेट करने के लिए नहीं तैयार है तो अच्छे रिश्ते मिस आउट हो जाते हैं.
Oh, thank you so much, sister.
Yeah. Problem.
Ji, sister. So your suggestion is that they should be willing to relocate. Then, alhamdulillah, possible hai कि रिश्ते ज़्यादा हो सकते. Thank you so much, sisters. Thank you so much for being part of our show today.
You're most welcome.
Ji. And you have brought some real situation in front of us. Thank you so much and have a great day. Assalamu alaikum.
You too.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. So, as you have seen, I would now like to take a short break. But this was ground reality. Parents, ये समझना बहुत जरूरी है कि it is the parents who are making the difference, the siblings who are making the difference. We'll be back after a short break. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. And now we are back again. Welcome back. The next point that I would like to put forward is that parents should always judge a situation and make a decision. For example, जैसा मैंने बताया आपको sibling rivalry मतलब बच्चों के बीच में जब झगड़े होते हैं तो it creates a competition in the house. And कई बार एक बेटे की शादी हो जाती है and his new daughter, his wife joins the family. Now, जब daughter-in-law आएंगी तो और problems create होंगे. So before these problems happen, conflicts happen, झगड़े हो, इससे पहले कि आप उनके साथ में बैठे, अच्छे terms and conditions work out करें और बोले कि okay बेटा, go alhamdulillah, make a good home for yourself. So the best solution is let the children go before the situation gets worse. Now, I will be having a next discussion. So next discussion, we will talk about why are Canadian, Pakistani and Muslim families not marrying revert Muslims. So remember, this will be our topic for discussion for next session of mine. We will also talk about red flags that people should remember when they are talking about rishtas. So I will take up the topic red flags in my next session. So now I'm going to bring another expert who is going to help us connect. He is a very, very famous sheikh in the community. His name is Sheikh Ahmed Shihab. Now, Sheikh Ahmed Shihab has been a part of this community, counseling people, giving spiritual guidance to people. Very well known, and he is a khatib in many masjid. He makes a lot of YouTube videos. So I'm going to take the Sheikh online today. Alhamdulillah, we would welcome Sheikh with us.
Assalamu alaikum, Sister Yasmeena.
Wa alaikum assalam, Sheikh. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. We would like to welcome you to our show, which is from Awaz Entertainment, and it is called as Khoobsurat Rishte, which means beautiful relationships. Now,
Wonderful.
We would love to welcome you. Inshallah, we will physically invite you to our show, but we would also like to talk to you because today my focus is on parental issues that stop children from getting married. So, Sheikh, you have been counseling a lot of candidates and discussing issues with them. And we have seen a lot of parents are the ones who affect the relationship. They affect the relationship of these people, the young people who want to get married. So please, can you share with us what are the factors that parents object to when a relationship is happening?
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Sayyidina Muhammad. Basically, we have to realize that we do not carry and own the blueprint of their lives, of the newlywed or almost ready to get married. We don't own the blueprint of their life. And often we have the love and the care, we have the passion and the compassion, but we don't have, some parents, with all due respect, they don't have the wisdom to guide. So therefore, they want, and that's why I always say parenting, it is partnership with the children, whether in marriage, whether in guiding them to prayers, guiding them to become big winners, true Muslim Canadians. right? So with the fact of the matter that often they think that the jacket that they are wearing must fit their child and must fit their daughter or their son. What I mean by that, the style of their life, must fit 100% with the children to become a dad or to become mom. Actually, you're mentioning or you are trying to target what some of the obstacles,
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
Some of these obstacles that you will have the son is not equipped, or the daughter, they are not equipped to realize that your dad and mom, out of care, out of love, out of worries about you, they want to try to cater for your life. They are actually helping you with the blueprint of your life, but often the children may, or the son, the daughter may become a rebel against that parent's approach.
Sheikh, Sheikh, I just like to, because I have got a Pakistani audience also, so I would just like to put this in a little bit of Urdu words. What you have said to us is कि कई बार requirements जो होते हैं, that is the requirements of the parents are not the same as the requirements of the young people. तो क्या होता है कि ये लोग डिफरेंट प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे काम कर रहे हैं, ये लोग डिफरेंट इश्यूज पे डिस्कशंस कर रहे हैं. तो आज जो शेख हमारे को बता रहे हैं, वो बता रहे हैं कि ये जरूरी नहीं है जो पेरेंट्स रिक्वायर कर रहे हैं या जो उनका डेफिनेशन ऑफ रिक्वायरमेंट है वो सेम हो एज द चिल्ड्रंस रिक्वायरमेंट. एम आई करेक्ट शेख?
Well, basically, we have to take in consideration the care of the mom and the dad, right? And the children, often they're not equipped to take that care. Suddenly they feel that I am totally independent. Yes, you are independent, but let mom and dad help you to have the successful marriage. Why? Because without their prayers, you cannot make it.
Agree.
So the prayers of mom and dad, it is essential to make the marriage work. Also, the allowance, the newlywed should have allowance in their heart to their mom and dad that, you know, let me listen. Perhaps I will not practice 100% what they would say, but I will not become rebel 100% against what they say. Let me listen. Let me try to digest what they are saying. Let me try to apply it, because in reality, what happened that when the mom received her daughter, and with an argument with the husband, the man may come and fill her. This is a mom who does not have a wisdom. Fill her with rage, fill her with vengeance against the husband, instead of saying, you know, when you enter the highway, you need to merge into the highway carefully.
MashaAllah, that is, Sheikh, this is a beautiful point. I'm going to stop you here because our interview is coming to an end. But I love this point that you have said, that parents have to guide their children. Am I correct?
And when you enter the highway, you merge into the highway carefully. In the marriage, you have to merge into the marriage carefully.
Very nice. Beautiful. Thank you so much for your advice, Sheikh. We will inshallah have you on the session. Thank you very much for joining us. And we will inshallah see. Take care. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. Take care. Wa alaikum assalam. आपने देखा शेख का गाइडेंस, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ही इज गाइडिंग द सेम वे कि पेरेंट्स ये आपकी रिस्पांसिबिलिटी है अपने बच्चों को गाइड करना. तो इंशाल्लाह आई एंड माय सेशन टुडे विद ऑल माय दुआस. प्लीज रिमेंबर मी इन योर दुआस एंड वी विल बी seen again for Khoobsurat Rishte in our next session. Assalamu alaikum and have a blessed day.